Hey, what's up guys? Kevin here to bring you a brand new video where today we're going to be doing day one of Failed Film February. The first film that we're going to be doing for this series for day one is Super Mario Bros. Yeah, starting off this series with a real big failure that a lot of people know. I thought I'd do this because a lot of people know about this movie and know how bad it is. So I feel like this is like an important watch because of collectively there's a lot of people who have seen this movie and there's a lot of people who don't like it. It's been known to be one of the biggest failures in film of all time. So yeah, couldn't miss out on it. I got this DVD for $5, by the way, so don't worry, didn't spend too much money on it. It's okay, not a big deal. Now, this movie is really, really bad, but also it's not I guess it's not all bad entirely. It's just it is really, really bad though. Okay, so the CGI and the effects and the look of it with this dimension that they go to with these strange Goombas. Are they even Goombas, dude? They're just weird things with heads on them and the dinosaurs and shit and all the strange stuff they run into with fungus in this alternate dimension. And it's just what the fuck is this movie? With this script and this storyline, who thought of this, man? What the hell is this? I don't get what they're trying to sell me here with this story. And it's just you're in the world of Mario where dinosaurs got hit by a meteorite, and then the world split into two different dimensions, and dinosaurs existed in another world. That's the world of Mario, right? uh no, what? What are you showing me? So apparently the meteorite hit Earth that was supposed to kill the dinosaurs, and Earth had an alternate dimension that King Koopa rules, and it's just and he wants to unite the dimensions with this meteorite that this one girl has, and it's just so dumb and ridiculous, dude. I can't even begin to explain any further what the plot is. It's just so much stupidity and convoluted plot, and it's all just a mess. And even if it's trying for something and what it's explaining to you, it's not cohesive, and it's not easy to understand either. It's just what the fuck is all this? Like dimensions and warping and the ability to jump into a wall, and you know powers of meteorites, and yeah, it's just so wacky. And the acting in this is pretty cringe, gotta say, because it's okay, here's two plumbers from New York, and they have these accents, and they exaggerate their accents. And it's no, dude, that's not good acting. That's just sounding stupid. Mamma mia, Luigi, come on, let's go plumbing. Okay, fuck off. Please shut the hell up. And it's just the dialogue too is really bad too. It's so clunky and weird. All these interactions just feel off, with how these characters talk to one another. I just I just can't stand a lot of it. The one thing that I will say that I did appreciate in this is the score by one of the best composers there is, Alan Silvestri. He composed the movie's score. He's composed the score for Predator, Back to the Future, all the Avengers movies. So he's got some good movies that he's composed scores for. In this one, he adds a little bit of a fun flair to it Like, even though this movie is like a ridiculous, awful mess, like he kind of like tries to make it fun. And like there's a couple like moments here and there where I'm like, you know what? Like what I'm seeing here is I'm kind of like okay with it. I'm kind of like trying to enjoy it, I guess. For like, little bits and pieces where the score is like exciting. It's funny because it's like, the stuff I'm seeing is absurd and stupid. Like, there's a part where they're like sliding down a tube, getting chased by Goombas on a sled, and you hear like the music playing, and you're like, oh, that's exciting. Yeah. I mean, not really, but like, there's music playing, so it's kind of exciting. And, and with that, it's just like all the things that go down in this, I just couldn't get behind too. It just like with how Mario and Luigi are plumbers, so the fact that they're plumbers has to be like an integral part of the story. Like, no, it doesn't, dude. Like, it's like they're carrying around their tool belts and they're coming up with ways to like save the day by like making the place colder. What? And like when they're going down the slide, like Mario puts like a wrench in a hole so the sled like tips over. Wow, that's like some expert level plumbing there. And like, the whole plot behind how this dimension got opened up was because of this like guy who was like blasting the ground or whatever. Like I forget what you call it when you're like blasting. You're like blasting the ground. But yeah, like this guy was blasting the ground essentially to create this portal, and they have to like try to like fix the plumbing in there because there was a bunch of water leaking. Like, wow, saving the day with plumbing. Like, dude, why is plumbing supposed to be exciting in a movie like this? Like, is this like what Mario and Luigi do? Like, is this what's exciting about Mario and Luigi? Plumbing, really, dude? Like, come on, man. And it's like at the beginning of the movie, they're trying to like, find like jobs to do. It's like, come on, man, just give it a rest. Yeah, this movie is not very good. There's definitely like some really really bad moments. Like especially, shout out to Toad. Rest in peace to my man Toad, for becoming a Goomba. I mean, he lived, but like, shout out to Toad because he got de-evolved into a Goomba, and I just want to take a moment of silence for my man Toad. Yeah, but that scene with Toad getting de-evolved into a Goomba was horrendous because the whole thing is that they're like being like, here, look, this is a Goomba, and it's just like this hideous, awful looking thing, and it's just like so bad looking. I will say there is like another aspect that I will give a little bit of credit to, and that's Dennis Hopper, because this was 1993. This was actually a year before Speed came out, which is a great movie with Dennis Hopper in it, and this also has Dennis Hopper in it, and his villain in this. It reminds me a lot of his character in Speed because he's so like angry and like he has all like these like evil lines, and he's like getting aggravated at everything and like making all these like quips and like menacing quotes that he says. It just reminds me like a lot of that. Like his character is so absurd because he's like, he evolved from like a fucking Koopa, and he's like, trying to like take over the city, and he's trying to get his rock back. Like his character is like absolutely absurd, but like still, it's like that Dennis Hopper that from Speed in this movie because he's just like this villain guy who's playing up this like persona, very similar to that. So I guess I kind of give a little bit of credit to that. I mean, I don't even really like Dennis Hopper and Speed that much, but I have to give a little bit of credit to it though. So yeah, that's what I thought of that. I give this movie a 2.9 out of 10. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this day one of Failed Film February, and I'll see you guys in the next one.